I want to take it back to a couple points, but the big one you mentioned was you went down to the Albany, which was that kind of penthouse place he was living. And I watched you go down there. Again, I just hung out with you in Dubai, and you've been on the show many times. And so it was just really, it was like a weird reality show watching you go down there. Everyone's watching you kind of live on YouTube. What struck me as odd is that you're like, we're the first ones down here trying to get an interview. And this is like a 10, 20, $30 billion company that's gone to zero, and no other media had gone down there. And then, of course, after you went down there, everyone came in with their interviews. But it was just strangely odd. The New York Times continued to go ahead and have him remotely into their dealbook thing, which was, again, extremely odd. And
not when you know the relationship between Andrew Sorkin and SBF, which is a whole other story. But
right, okay, and I want to get into that. But like when you go down there and you're there at that, did you find it odd when you were down there and nobody else was there? What was the vibe? Because when you get on the ground, you start picking up lots of little details.
I would say it surprised me 0%.
Okay.
I had people that that's why we went down. That's why we went down there, because I was so sick and tired of hearing people say things like, he's being protected by the military down there. I had somebody literally tell me, well, be prepared at the airport. You're going to get stopped by the military. No, I'm not. This guy doesn't have friends. You've seen his parents are the ones protecting him. His parents are the ones, they're actually allowing him to incriminate himself so they don't go to jail. But you saw them on the balcony, walking around, pacing on the phone. There's no security there. Funny story, actually. When I was down there this last week, we had a full security team. Do you know who my full security team was?
Who's that?
His personal bodyguard for years. So we had the entire FTX real security team that was in charge of Sam was helping us down in the Bahamas this week. They were protecting us, which was a very interesting, twist of fate to say that because they don't have a job now, obviously.
Yeah.
There's nobody down there that, there was nobody down there protecting it. He couldn't afford security. Sam's out of money. The government has taken all his assets. He doesn't have anything. And I knew that was the case. You could just tell the fact that he was walking in a grocery store by himself, the fact that they've got footage of him running away from someone in the Albany, which I hear really was him if people have seen that clip. I knew there was nobody down there. All I wanted to go down there is go and show everybody. And that's what we did. So we had managed to basically within a couple hours of landing at the airport in the Bahamas on Saturday, I had a full team there 36 hours before me, scouting, trying to figure out what we were going to do. 2 hours after I landed, we were in the Albany. It's not hard. It's not hard to get in there. We ate dinner. We had dinner at one of the restaurants before we went and we really started doing stuff. We went and took the famous picture of the penthouse up there that just said Sam, where you at? Like, we're out here. Can't remember exactly what it said, but that was what really got people going and people tweeting. And then we went and we had dinner, had some wings and, had a little steak. And, we chatted with all the people at the restaurant where we were. I can't remember the name of the restaurant in the Albany. The Albany is a big place. It's huge. It's a compound.
It's like
then, go ahead.
But the Bahamas is like an hour away from Miami, and yet no other media had bothered to go there for what anybody could tell was probably going to be the biggest story of the year.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're scared. Because people are scared out there. I don't know why. My fear receptor is broken and people haven't been able to figure that out yet. Like what we did, he was so safe and he was so comfortable in that penthouse. And there's a reason why that media tour started right after we were there. We did the equivalent of threw a digital sledgehammer through his window. As soon as people realized that there was no protection and there was nobody down there, everybody felt like we can go in and we can go after this guy and we can ask questions and we can kind of get interviews. We destroyed his safety blanket. That's all that ever needed to happen. Somebody just needed to go down there and do that. And, I think we had actually talked about going down there about a week and a half earlier, but I said, well, he's going to get arrested any day now. Any day he's going to get arrested. Well, it goes a week and a half later. We're like, he ain't getting arrested. He's comfortable down there. And one of the best things we did while we were down there in the Bahamas is connect with Lincoln Bain. We did a panel with him on Saturday night. Lincoln Bain, he ran for prime minister. He lost. I believe 100% the next election he's going to win. We're going to help him win because this guy he's a lot like me. He's a clean up corruption guy. He does not stand for what's happening in the government there. And the Bahamian people are awesome. Like, we never met one person from the Bahamas that was rude or disrespectful. They're all such great people, and they don't deserve what the government does to them. And then you look at what the United States has done to absolutely rape their resources. The Bahamas gets a fraction. They have like over $1 trillion worth of exports a year, and the United States takes almost all of it. And so we really want, like, I've grown to really love the Bahamas and really grown to love the people that are down there as well. And so working with Lincoln on the ground has given us insight that other people just don't have. Like, you don't get the insight of a person that not only he has a law degree, he's got another degree here in the United States, got a law degree from London. He's ran for prime minister. This is about as boots on the ground as you can get in the Bahamas. And he's really been helping us and guiding us. And we got a lot of next steps. We're filing a lawsuit. It's either being filed today or tomorrow against Sam and against FTX. And I'll tell people this. If we win this lawsuit, it is going to have massive repercussions. Unfortunately, obviously, as it is a lawsuit, I don't want to get into the details because I don't want to show our hand. But there's a way that we're going to help people get money back. And it's going to be the kind of thing that people are going to really, really love to see that we're doing and we're fighting for. And nobody else is fighting for the people. The media doesn't care. The ABC News does not care. Good Morning America does not care. YouTubers don't care. All they want to do is they want to sit and they want to report on the stories and they want to take a 30,000 foot view. We're the only people that are kicking in doors and trying to get answers and trying to fight for the people.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.